Tova.
Shana Tova.
Please be seated. A warm welcome to everyone who's joining together in our prayer community this evening. Welcome to all the longtime community members whose support of our synagogue we appreciate and applaud. Welcome to our new family members. We love that you're part of our congregation and we rejoice in you. Welcome to the visitors among us. We feel lucky that you have joined us for these sacred days of prayer and celebration. Welcome to our LGBTQ families, to our single parents, to our seniors, to our interfaith families, to our college students, and to all the dynamic individuals who are with us tonight. Welcome Rachel Gross-Prince, our fourth-year HUC rabbinic intern. And welcome to Dr. Jonathan Stinson, our cantorial soloist. We rejoice in this being your sixth high holidays with us. Though we miss seeing your wife and your baby twins, who are now 3. I know. Welcome and thank you to Dr. Mark Bailey, our choir director, who has led our community in prayer and song for the last 28 years. Thank you to all of you and our faithful High Holiday choir members for lifting our worship with your beautiful voices. Welcome to our online community. Though you're not with us in our brick and mortar building, you're part of our minyan and prayer community, and we're so glad that you're with us today. A special shout out to Cookie Aronoff, to my great Uncle Lou, to Ralph, to my mom. And if you want other shout outs, just email us so that I can say hi to you, but welcome to all of you. If you are tuning on online and you want us to know anything, you can say hello on the website or through an email and we'll get you that. A really special thank you to Bob Zeke, to Jim Crastup, to Leo Gakutis, and the rest of our technology community for your energy to ensure that all of us can benefit from a powerful sound system tonight. And to John Molander, Jenny Costello, Marta Highland, Fayena Godkin, Laura Wright, and Julie Solomon, who worked tirelessly to make this place feel a little like our congregational home. Tonight we pray together as one community, as one family. So let's take a moment to greet the people who surround you, so that we know the names of our prayer community. Don't forget to ask where people are going for holiday meals, and if the answer is nowhere, extend an invite. So go ahead, say hi.
I miss seeing your daughter. Is she off at college? Still playing her violin? Or was that you? Not so much. I remember her playing. Where is she going? At Is this like her second year or third year? Yeah. What's her major going to be?
We turn back to our camera and we welcome our online community into our sanctuary, you who are streaming from your homes and your office and from hospital beds. Together as a community we say, Shana Tova, Happy New Year. As we begin our service, I emphasize the importance of turning off cell phones. Not only are they distracting to the worship environment, but they may affect the speed of our stream team. By turning off your cell phone, we ensure that those at home can stream with us seamlessly. As we begin our Erev Rosh Hashanah service, we acknowledge that each of us come to prayer with different needs and different modes of expression. Yet sitting side by side here in our sanctuary, we hear the sounds of one another's praying voices as if they are our own. Every Jew is different, and yet together we realize the oneness of our faith. May this service offer you what you seek, strengthen your connection to your faith, and provide an opportunity of reflection and healing. We continue on page 11. The first mitzvah in the Torah is let there be light. So we are commanded in everything you do, be a menorah, a bringer of light. Live with honor, act with integrity, do your work with passion, and the radiance of your deeds will live after you. May our ideals burn bright, forever unextinguished. And may we live our lives like the flames we kindle, always stretching upward, striving for the good, reaching for you. We welcome Peggy and Margot is 101. Right?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishonu b'mitzvot tzivonu lehatlik ner shel Yom Tov.
Source of blessing, eternal our God, you fill the universe with majestic might, teaching us holiness through sacred obligations, giving us the mitzvah of bringing light on this festival.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והקימנו לזמן הזה. Amen.
Source of blessing, eternal our God, you fill the universe with majestic might, giving us life, upholding the life within us, and bringing us to this time.
Amen.
Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Page 12, responsively. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. The season of the soul, a time to rejoice, a time to reflect, a time to return, a time to gather round the table with loved ones and friends, a time for song and silence, for prayer and confession to the open heart, a time to retreat to our sanctuaries within, a time to renew the life and spirit of our community. This is the season of attentiveness, a time to notice what has unfolded and what has not, a time to regret, a time to forgive, a time to remember cherished dreams and high ideals erased by reality. This is the season of hope, like mist rising at sunset, like dew descending at dawn. Our hopes beautify and nourish everything they touch. Our hopes make us partners in creation, pursuers of peace, people who aspire to a world of justice. This is the season of all. When our eyes behold it, may we feel blessed. When we turn toward each other, let us feel strength. When we seek the holy, may we find purpose. May we find courage. May we find love. We continue on page 15 with Tiku V'Chodesh.
Tiku V'Chodesh Shofar B'Keser Yom Chagenu Tiku Yisraelu Mishpat Le'Elohei Yaakov Mishpat Le'Elohei Yaakov.
At the new moon, at the full moon, for our feast day, sound the shofar, for that is the law of Israel, the way of the God of Jacob. We continue reading silently through page 19. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Yehi ratzon shenizke livrochatecha, Bishnat chameshet alafim shiv'im u'shmona, Elohei olam barech otanu, V'et kol beit Yisrael b'chudesh yamenu, B'simcha u'v'shalom, B'nechama u'v'ometz lev, B'chilutz atzmot u'ruach et tana, Hihi pri tzvatenu mikubal v'ratzui milfanecha. Bifroz Hashanah hachadasha, la'ad modim anachnu lach, al manat hachayim. Our God and God of our ancestors, may we know your blessings in the year 5078. Eternal One, bless us in the whole house of Israel with renewed life, happiness and peace, comfort and courage, resilience and strength. May the words of our heart be acceptable to you in the new year that stretches before us. We are forever grateful for the gift of life. We rise as we continue on page 20 with Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Together in the English on page 22. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your great name fills the universe with majestic might. Your word creates twilight and dusk. As your wisdom opens the gates of night, your discernment separates the changing seasons and causes the passage of time. The stars arrayed across the sky reveal your design. You roll out the cycle of darkness and light, shaping day and night. You sweep away day and carry the world into nightfall, setting day apart from nighttime. You are God of all we perceive and all that is beyond our perception. Living, eternal God, be our sovereign to the end of time. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, creator of twilight and dusk.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu
on page 28.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 33. You have stayed long enough in this place, God said. Time to go forward. Turn your face to the future. Believe that you can cross this sea and survive. Inside you is a Moses. Within you, Miriam dances, unafraid. Lift up your voice and sing a new song.
כהים לפני משה ומרים, צאלי ענו ואמרו וגלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה גל ישראל.
Page 36. Bless our sleep with peace, Adonai, and waken us to life when we rise. With power sublime, spread over us your shelter of shalom. And through your wisdom, restore us, make us whole. Let your name proclaim your presence in our lives. Be our shield. Make us stronger than the enemies we face, illness and war, famine and sorrow. And stronger than the enemies in our hearts, wickedness and sin. Carry us to safety as on wings, for you are the monarch of grace, the sovereign of compassion. You are the one who cares for us and sets us free. Watch over us, we who go forth to life. Watch over us, that we may come home in peace now until the end of time. Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed One, you spread over us a canopy of peace, a shelter of shalom over all Israel, your people, and over Jerusalem. page 40.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחיי כל ביום אחד, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן גליל, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ועד מעלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשם בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תנירה מעלה, ואמרו
We rise.
Adonai sefotay tiftach, ufia iten hilatecha. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Ha'gedol, Ha'gibor Ha'norah, Elyon, Omer Chasadim Tovim, V'kolei Hakol, V'zoker Chasdei Avot V'imavot, U'mevin Ruach L'fnei Elohim, Le'man Shemo Ve'ahav. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים חיים. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מרגע אתה רב להושיע, מוריד אותה, מקיים רעים בחסד, מקיים הכל ברחמים רבים, צומק נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומגדול נעלם, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך אל הרחמים, זוכר יצורה וחיים ברחמים, ונאמן אתה ונחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, נקיים הכל. אתה בראש ששבטי הראש, ונושים בכל יום יהללו הסלע.
May be seated. Page 53. You choose us with love to be messengers of mitzvot, and through us you made known your aspirations. Among all the many peoples, you gave us a pathway to holiness. Among all the great nations, you uplifted us and made yourself our sovereign. And so we seek you and serve you and celebrate our nearness to your presence. Your great and sacred name has become our calling. Our God and God of the generations before us, may a memory of us ascend and come before you. May it be heard and seen by you, winning your favor and reaching your awareness together with the memory of our ancestors, the memory of your sacred city, Jerusalem, and the memory of your people, the family of Israel. May we be remembered for safety, well-being, and favor, for love and compassion, for life and for peace on this day of remembrance. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova. Ufochdenu vo livracha. V'hoshienu vo l'chaim. Eternal our God, remember us. Be mindful of us. And redeem us for a life of goodness and blessing. Page 65. After a long illness, I was permitted for the first time to step outdoors. And I crossed the threshold. Sunlight greeted me. So long as I live, I shall never forget that moment. And everywhere in the firmament above me, in the great vault between earth and sky, on the pavements, the buildings, the golden glow of sunlight. It touched me too, with friendship, with warmth, with blessing. And I remembered how often I had been indifferent to the sunlight, how often preoccupied with petty and sometimes mean concerns. I had disregarded it, and I said to myself, how precious is the sunlight, but how careless of it we are. Together, source of blessings, may we open our eyes to the radiance around us. May we open our hearts with gratitude and our souls with appreciation.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim
Page 244. Our community, and indeed our world at this moment, is in need of healing. Some of us in this room bear fresh wounds. Some of us have wounds that have long festered, illnesses that we nurse, day in, week in, month, and years. Some of us are caregivers for those who are ill and in need of healing. Some of us have illnesses that are visible and some that are not. For all these reasons, we pray together for healing. May the one who brought blessings to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to our mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring the blessing of health to those who are ill. Cookie Aronoff, Judy Avner, Michael Arm, Mira Barner, Ruth Bergman, Victor Bluestein, Sheila Boniface, Melissa Kanowitz, Jacob Ross Grimes, Lorraine Fredrickson, Elizabeth Halfhill, Ethan Kadish, Yael Kraus, Lee Krinick, Elaine Heightfield, Mel Hudson, Ira Lerner, Lou Levy, Joan Little, Cherry Linder, Shirley Metlin, Nancy Newmark, Iris Riggs, David Rose, Betty Roth, Bob Rubin, Iris Sham, Carol Shore, Mahalia Stoneman, Ralph Strauss, Lou Strauss, Susan Warschauer, Sherman Weinstein, Fran Victor, Yehuda Ben Aaron, Chaim Ben Yaakov and Nechama, and to those names we add the victims of hurricanes in the Caribbean as well as in our own country and the victims of the recent earthquake in Mexico. We join together in song to pray for wholeness and healing. This time we move from the boundaries of the prayer book to the boundaries of our hearts. And we take a few moments in silence to listen to the voice within.
My Adonai Tori
In a moment, I'm going to make a brief statement. And I invite you to notice how your body and mind react. If it helps you, by all means, take a deep breath. Notice your breath going in and out, the weight of your back against the chair. You don't have to agree or disagree, believe or disbelieve the statement I'm going to make. Just notice your initial gut reaction when you hear it. You are enough, just the way you are. Just notice. Stay with whatever feeling, sensation, or image comes up when you first heard that statement. You might feel at ease with the statement, or you might hear the statement and your system might feel an automatic rejection. Sit with it for a moment. Notice it. Be curious about it. You are enough, just the way you are. If we took time now to share some of your responses, your gut reactions, I'm sure we'd find no lack of diversity in our reactions. Some of us might find comfort in these words. They hint that we are measuring up to this job of being human, one for which we received no job description. To be told that whatever we are is enough. What a weight off our chests. What a relief that we can feel deep in our hearts. However, many of us may have reacted with a psh, right. Just the way I am? No way is that enough. How many moments in our day elicit reactions in our hearts like this? How many of these moments do we stop to take note of without judging ourselves for our reaction, just noticing what is coming up for us? Prayer prompts us to practice this exercise, and the prayers of these days of awe are high stakes. In a few moments, when we pray the Avinu Malkeinu, we will utter words that are quite the opposite of "you are enough, just the way you are." Ein banu ma'asim. We are of little merit. Or in our prayer book, Mishkan HaNefesh, this is tempered as "our deeds are wanting." Maybe we could do a little better. But the direct Hebrew translation of this line is quite a bit more direct. We are of no merit. If I asked you to sit and notice your reaction instead to the words, "just the way you are of no merit," what would come to mind? You are enough just the way you are. You are of no merit. Neither is true, and yet both are. What matters is the reaction that each elicits. Now, Jewish texts put a great deal of stock in our ability to control our active responses to statements like these and experiences. There is an entire segment of Jewish thought that advocates what it calls equanimity, or shalvat nefesh, the quiescence of the soul, the ability to not react, rather to keep calm and carry on. These thinkers advocate that at all times we should recognize our purpose is something higher. Things that happen to us or things people say to us shouldn't shake our sense of who we are and why we are here. Metaphorically, nothing should knock us off our surfboard as the waves of life crash into us. We might move slightly up and down as the waves roll in, but we should stay upright always. We should rise above the good and the bad. The 16th century Rabbi Chaim Vital illustrates the idea of equanimity through a story. A student asked a rabbi to take him as a disciple, and the master asked him, "My son, have you attained equanimity?" The student said, what? "Master, explain your words." The master replied, "If one person honors you and the second insults you, are they equal in your eyes?" The student said, "No, my master. I feel pleasure from the person who honors me and pain from the one who insults me." The master said to the student, "Go in peace, my son, until your soul does not feel honor when one honors you and embarrassment when one insults you. Your consciousness is just not ready to be attached to the supernal realm. So go and surrender your heart even more, a true surrendering, until you have attained equanimity." Many of us would fail this teacher's test also. I am sensitive to both critique and praise, and I'd be lying if I said they didn't impact me. Yet many of us are in need of tempering our reactions on a daily, if not minute-by-minute basis. Or at least we could certainly do better to prioritize our energies so that our values are advanced and lived, and not sacrificed on an altar of emotion, ours or anyone else's. And yet, this whole message about equanimity seems basically at odds with my limited but growing understanding of human beings, that we are adaptive, evolving, and responsive creatures. We are emotionally intelligent and sensitive, and this is part of our beauty and our strength. And this is one of the many reasons that is given for why we would all be here tonight. These are the days of the year where we have the hope and confidence to proclaim that not only do we need to change, but that we are capable of it. Rabbi Alan Marinis provides a way forward, offering a more realistic way to practice this idea of equanimity. He writes, "When your mind is perturbed, look beyond the present moment. Imagine the different feelings that lie ahead and restore your balance." So perhaps we can repurpose this Jewish imperative to limit our reactions as one that helps us to be more attuned to our reactions, more aware of our thoughts and feelings, to help us feel what we have lost of ourselves, yet to move beyond our present reaction and open our hearts to something new. Our prayer over the next 10 days creates the space for this type of equanimity to live, as illustrated by this story. A traveler arrived in Frankfurt, and he realized that he had lost his wallet. So he went to the head rabbi, who reassured him, "Don't worry, your money will be found. But first, recite the morning prayers." While praying, the man suddenly remembered where he had left his wallet. And when he happily informed the rabbi that the money was found, the rabbi replied, "Of course you found it. I told you to pray because prayer restores your composure, giving you the peace of mind to remember what you had forgotten about yourself or the world around you." In my personal practice, prayers are not words we have to believe or disbelieve. They are here to create an opening. They provide us with a set of reactions that are not to be set aside, as those who advocate extreme equanimity might argue. No, They give us data about ourselves, what animates us, and how we see ourselves and our opportunities to change and grow at this moment. These prayers are a place to find what seemed to be lost, but was there all along. And it is from this place of remembering that change can come. Our reactions to the words on the page are an opening to our souls and the feelings that dwell there, the joyful and the dark, the humility and the pride, the regret and the hope. The words, "we are of little or no merit," are not words that someone else speaks to us. They are not words spoken by God. They are words we say to ourselves, communally and collectively, to elicit a response. The rabbis teach that the Avinu Malkeinu is supposed to put us in a certain frame of mind and spirit, to prepare us for change and tshuva. "We are of little merit" is placed here precisely for us to react and to give in to whatever that reaction is. And in the process, we make a cheshbon hanefesh, an accounting of how we really see ourselves. We don't need to believe or disbelieve this statement. And yet, like the rest of the prayers we will recite over the next 10 days, we notice our reaction to them. And I can't tell you what frame of mind you should be in during Avinu Malkeinu so that you can prepare for change. But I have one offering of my heart. If this brief statement in the Avinu Malkeinu is an opening for our emotional response to the idea that we are worthless, I would argue that it is time for us to put our foot down and roll our eyes in a different direction and say, no. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. The soul that has been placed in me is pure. We have so much merit. Even though we don't always feel it or act like it, even though we certainly don't say it enough to ourselves and all the more so to others, or declare it in unison in rooms of hundreds of people, we have merit. It may not mean that we are better than anyone else, less in need of change or improvement, or that we did not sin this year. These factors do not change our worth and our merit, which is real regardless of whether we prove it or not. We are enough just the way we are. We are of no merit. Notice your reaction. Be curious about it. Yet find comfort that you can move beyond your present to something new. May it be our will.
We continue on page 75. Please rise if you're able. I want to do this part responsively. We haven't forgotten Avinu Malkeinu, though we've overthrown kings and we disobey fathers. We have no great liking for absolute power. Akiva stood before you in a time of drought, and his words went up like a flame on the altar. Avinu Malkeinu, you alone are our ruler. Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion for us. He was humble and forgiving, so his prayer was answered. Tonight we speak again in a time of drought. Dry ground beneath us, no water, only rock. Not a hunger for bread or a thirst for water, but hearts that are longing to hear God's voice. For the sea of faith is all but gone, the tide's gone out on the empty beach. The world mocks our hopes, and life tests our courage. Why do the wicked live on and prosper? Why are you silent when they prey on the innocent? And if your dominion is kindness and justice, why is creation in so much pain? Avinu Malkeinu, sustain our souls, send rain to our roots, help us find a way to pray. Make us humble and forgiving of ourselves and one another. Avinu Malkeinu, renew these words, help us speak them with conviction and believe their truth. 100 generations have stood before the ark, and they lifted up their voices like flame on the altar, and they put their trust in kindness and justice, and they gave their strength to make the promise real. Avinu Malkeinu, we haven't forgotten. Avinu Malkeinu, bring us back to you. Avinu Malkeinu, ein lanu melech ela ata. Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, you alone are our sovereign. Avinu Malkeinu, l'ma'ancha rachem aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, for your sake show us mercy. Avinu Malkeinu, aseh imanu lama'an shemecha. Avinu Malkeinu, act towards us as befits your name. Avinu Malkeinu, shlach refu'ah shlema l'chole amecha. Avinu Malkeinu, bring healing and wholeness to the ill among us. Avinu Malkeinu, kra ro'ah gazar didnenu. Avinu Malkeinu, allay the harshness of the decree against us. Avinu Malkeinu, kotvenu besefer geula v'yeshu'ah. Avinu Malkeinu, inscribe of us the book of redemption and renewal. Avinu Malkeinu, zochrenu v'zichron tov l'fanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, remember our goodness and call it to mind. Avinu Malkeinu, aseh lema'ancha v'hoshi'enu. Avinu Malkeinu, act for your sake and save us. Avinu Malkeinu, shma kolenu. Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, hear our voice. Avinu Malkeinu, chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, we have strayed and sinned before you. Avinu Malkeinu, chamol alenu, va'al olalenu, v'tapenu. Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and on our families. Avinu Malkeinu, kale dever v'cherev v'ra'av ma'alenu. Avinu Malkeinu, halt the onslaught of sickness, violence, and hunger. Avinu Malkeinu, kale kol tsar umastin ma'alenu. Avinu Malkeinu, halt the reign of those who cause pain and terror. Avinu Malkeinu, kotvenu b'sefer chayim tovim. Avinu Malkeinu, enter our names in the book of lives well lived. Avinu Malkeinu, chadesh alenu shana tova. Avinu Malkeinu, renew us for a year of goodness. Avinu Malkeinu, chanenu v'anenu, ki ein banu ma'asim. Aseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, answer us with grace, for our deeds are wanting. Save us through acts of justice and love.
Avinu Malkeinu, shema kolenu. Avinu Malkeinu, chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, chamol alenu, ve'al olalenu, v'tapenu. Avinu Malkeinu,
Majesty.
Page 78. Lift this cup for the year that is gone, for mountaintop moments and the taste of joy, celebrations shared, milestones met, all we've mastered and achieved since last we met. For wedding rings, tears, and kisses under the chuppah, new babies, first words, and first steps. For the children who bless our homes and bring life to our community, for B'nai Mitzvah and confirmands, young teachers of this holy congregation, ours to cherish and guide with love. For beloved wives and husbands, sisters and brothers, for loyal friends who grow more precious with each passing year. For this community, which nourishes us all. For all we've learned, for all we've struggled through. For challenges surmounted and disappointments met with courage. For last moments shared with those we loved and lost. For parents and grandparents whose memories are with us forever. We lift this cup for the year that is gone, for the year that begins. May we meet it in strength and unity and hope. We lift life's cup and celebrate survival. So may we sanctify each day that is ours.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל עם, ורוממנו מכל לשון, וקידשנו במצוותיו. ותיתן לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, באהבה, את יום הזיכרון הזה, יום תרועה מקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל עמים, ודברך אמת וקיים לעד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל ביום הזיכרון. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגענו לזמן הזה.
L'chaim. We continue on page 82 with Aleinu. 27. Death will come. Its hand will not be stayed even an instant, nor can we enter into judgment with it. Our question, why, will go unanswered. But this does not mean that we were helpless in the face of death. We can, and we do, rob death of ultimate victory by living life as long as it is ours to live. To ask of death that it never come is futile, but it is not futility to pray that when death comes for us, it may take us from a world one corner of which is a little better because we were there. When we are dead and people weep for us and grieve, let it be because we touched their lives with beauty and simplicity. Let it not be said that life was good to us, but rather that we were good to life. We mourn the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of the passing of Beverly Fox, Bertha Barron, Jacob Rutman, Sylvia Zimov, Ruth Isaacson, Henrik F. Infield, Albert Bryn, Margaret Bunyan, Ethel Lerner Stromberg, Milton Stanley Isaacson, Lois Bader, Pauline Spector, Rose Sandel. If you'd like to contribute another person's name to the list that we're remembering or repronounce a name, please share those names now. If you are in mourning or commemorating a yahrzeit, please rise first. We acknowledge you, mourn with you, and rise together as a community of comfort for all those we mentioned out loud, those we hold in our hearts, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them as we continue with our words of comfort on page 90. Yitkadal v'yikarash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich machuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh dehol bei Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kari v'imru, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei Kedusha, La'ela u'la'ela mikor berchata v'shir'ata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'akol Yisrael v'imru.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. Please be seated. As we conclude our services, I just want to say some brief thank yous and brief announcements. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty full house, so please get here early. There's parking down below, right, Jenny, down below, so you can come drop anyone else off and then go park down below, or just get here super early. We're expecting 100 kids, so that's going to be great. I know, it's really fun. It's all Rachel's duty. So we're excited about tomorrow, and it's also going to end a little differently. We're going to have an Erev Tashlich, which I'll explain tomorrow. And if you're online, we'll have to Facebook Live it for you, I think. So I just want to thank everyone who is part of the service today. I want to especially thank Rachel Gross-Prince for your incredibly moving words and an accounting of how we see ourselves. And I think I'm going to think of Ekwawa. in my head for a long time. That's going to stay with me. So thank you for your wisdom, and we look forward to hearing about tomorrow. Thank you, Bob, for making streaming possible. There's 110 of you online right now, so thank you for celebrating and joining with us right now. Of course, Dr. Bailey and your choir, and Dr. Stinson, thank you for your voices and lifting us in this way. A special thank you to Robin Miller, the president of Temple Sholom, for the hard work that you do. He also fed my family tonight, so they're not eating week-old chili. They're getting beautiful mama bread. So thank you for making that possible personally and also communally. And of course, to our steering committee, to our board of trustees, and all the people who serve in committees that make Temple Sholom happen. A really special thank you to our staff, particularly Jenny Costello, who made this look beautiful with the help of John Molander and Laura and Marta and Julie and Faina. Thank you for everything you do and the way that you do it. I also thank you to everyone who contributes financially. It's hard to do things like this, so thank you for making that possible. And if you're not part of the Temple Sholom family and you'd like to know more, Marta's here, and you can talk to her. She's our director of engagement, or go to the welcoming table, or we'll find you later, all those things. Thank you to our armed forces stationed all over this world who are praying with us this evening, to our police officers, both locally and nationally, and to all our emergency personnel for keeping us safe. Your clergy and your president wish you all a Shana Tova. And we will be greeting you as you leave here, but we know you want to go home and sleep, so you can be here early. So I want to thank you so much. We're going to conclude with Yigdal on page 96, and we're just going to do verses 1 and 7. No? Yep. As we conclude, if you can connect to one another to receive a blessing, if you're online, you can put your hands out. If you're here and you're not a toucher, that's okay too. Whatever works for you to receive blessing in this moment. It's on page 98.
Shalom, shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom, shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom.
Our God and God of all generations before us, may it be your will in the coming year to grant us a year of abundance and atonement, a year of blessing bestowed and received, a year of community and compassion, a year of delight and exaltation, a year of enlightenment, a year of friendship and forgiveness, a year of going up in gladness to the land of Israel, a year of health and healing and humor, a year of inner strength and well-being, a year of joy and Jewish celebration, a year of knowledge and learning for its own sake, a year of love between parents and children, friends and spouses, brothers and sisters, a year of mitzvot and moments of sweetness, a year of nature protected and enjoyed, a year of optimism and hope, a year of peace pursued with perseverance, a year of quiet and tranquility, a year of rain in its season, a year of song and spiritual growth, a year of Torah study and tikkun olam, a year of understanding and unity, a year of vows fulfilled and violence overcome, a year of wisdom acquired and shared, a year of coexistence among the families of the earth, a year of young and old reaching out to one another, a year of Zion aglow with the light for us and all the world. Our God and God of the generations before us, grant us a year of gratitude to you for the most profound of blessings, your gift of life. Shana Tova. Shana Tova. See you tomorrow.